We thought we had found the perfect budget-friendly spot near Sequoia National Park, but we didn't expect to end up in a garden shed with no bathroom and have all our stuff vanish. So how did we get here? Well, let me rewind. After over 300 miles on the road, and some of it that windy mountain driving, we finally made it to Dunlap, California. And this is a tiny town of just 130 year-round residents, tucked 38 miles east of Fresno and perched at about 1,900 feet elevation. Not exactly bustling, but pretty peaceful and close to where we needed to be. And we were just 14 miles from Kings Canyon National Park and a 45-minute drive to Sequoia. And here's the kicker. We got 2 nights of lodging for only $269 at Gena's Sierra Inn. Sure seemed like a win, didn't it? And I had booked what was charmingly called the Susan Through Mini Cabin. Sounds historic, right? What we basically got was a big green garden shed. Cozy? Definitely. Heated? Thankfully. But the bathroom was not inside our cabin. All this, like, our first night was kind of like camping almost, like being in a camping cabin, because the facilities, restroom and shower was in a separate building, which is interesting when you get up 3 times a night.
And cold.
Yes, it was cold. It is cold here today. It was part of a shared building down the path. Some people stay in tree houses or yurts. I guess we went with Home Depot chic. Now, the bad part is I get up 2 to 3 times a night. So having to bundle up and trek outside into the cold each time, let's just say I felt like I was camping at a KOA camping cabin. Oh, by the way, I had to look this up because I didn't know who she was, but Susan Priscilla Through wasn't just a cute cabin name. She was a conservation powerhouse. In the early 1900s, she hiked the High Sierra, took photographs, and created a photo album that she sent directly to Congress. And her work helped triple the size of Sequoia National Park in 1926 and laid the foundation for Kings Canyon protection too. So, while my cabin was very rustic, the name behind it was legendary. So here's the inside view of our cabin shed. You can see it's got a nice loft, but you have to climb a 6-foot ladder up to it. And there's our comfy bed. And you can see we have some electrical stuff on the side and coffee. So I'm able to charge my laptop. And then there's this very small desk here on the side with a chair. And basically, that's it. We had dinner that night at the on-site Bella Brook Cafe. And it was just what we needed. Comfort food, friendly staff, and no more driving. It was a good way to wrap up a long travel day. So the next day, after a full morning of exploring Sequoia National Park, we returned for a late lunch. So it wasn't a bad day, except when we got back to our hotel.
I opened the door.
Mm-hmm. And what happened?
To the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And all our stuff was gone.
And
Gone.
And
She thought I was kidding.
I said, no, it isn't. Because I had said, I don't know if I should keep my laptop in the room. And she says, well, it's in your luggage. What does it matter? We lock it in the room. Everything was gone from our room. So I calmly go into the front desk and say, everything is out of our room. And she says, well, you kept past checkout. I said, we had 2 nights reservation. Anyway, we ended up getting it straightened out. Well, fortunately, the staff was able to help. They moved us into a more traditional room with a private bathroom for the same rate. And honestly, it was a huge upgrade. So we'll go in, and here is our new room, number 4. So here's our new bathroom. Yay! Notice the hot water sign, but we did have a nice toilet and a little window outside and a very small shower. And there was this little shelf in the bathroom. So our room had two, I believe it was single beds, and a little area with the TV and some storage. And that was it. It was actually smaller than our shed room, but it had a bathroom. So here's where the traditional rooms are, right next to the garden shed area. So you can see our location was on the main drag, but again, it didn't get a terrible amount of traffic and it was not noisy at night. Now, if you're interested in staying at Gena's Sierra Lodge, it also offers a kitchen and laundry room access package for $10 per stay, but there is a free grill to use if you want to. So in the end, the location was great, the price was right, and the drama made for a great travel story. But you know what? I learned something. Next time, I'll double check the reservation dates and the definition of the word cabin. If you're heading out to Yosemite soon, my next video will be on our experiences there. So be sure to check it out. Hit subscribe and don't forget to check your booking date. And as always, remember, adventure awaits.